And talking about how the marriage will change when children enter the picture usually doesn't apply. Been there, done that. Finances are muddied with child support coming and going, and simple suggestions for better communication hardly cover the sticky circumstances remarried couples will face, with former spouses who create chaos and children who may hate their step-parent. Plus, most loving pastors have counseled hundreds of marriages in trouble and watched remarriages fall apart right and left. They feel torn between hoping this union will last for the sake of all the kids involved and wanting to say, "Are you sure you want to do this?" The polite version of shouting, "Run for the hills." They want to provide wisdom, but aren't sure what are the right words to say. When premarital sessions are over, couples smile and shake hands with their pastor again, but the smiles are now strained, and all feel relieved to be parting. The three may engage in a few more of these stilted conversations before the wedding, most likely never getting past the past, and on to issues of the heart that could bring healing. Instead of getting a good start for a healthy remarriage, couples often feel guilty or frustrated at the lack of empathy and understanding. And pastors and lay pastors who care about these couples and want to marry them with a blessing may feel like they have failed to give hope, wisdom, and solid resources to give remarriages a great start. That's why we wrote The Heart of Remarriage. This book has a multifold purpose: to teach loving couples how to heal their own hearts from trauma associated with the death or divorce from a spouse, to give already remarried couples practical tools for keeping their hearts open to each other along this complicated journey, and to provide heart insight to loving pastors, lay pastors, counselors, and even small group leaders who want to give advice filled with God's wisdom that will help remarrying couples make it not only to the altar, but also through a fulfilling marriage that lasts the rest of their lives. No apologies necessary. We believe that there is no need for Christians who have divorced or lost a spouse or remarried after that loss to feel like they need to apologize. Yes, the Bible says God hates divorce, but it also says He despises lies, and He isn't too pleased with envy, disobedience, or rebellion either. Sin is sin, and when divorced people face judgment from their fellow Christians, or when pastors don't have the right words to minister to two wounded people now coming together in remarriage, hearts that need to heal can become hardened. When did we forget that Romans chapter 3, verse 23 says, "For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God"? Traditional family members' sins are just as real as the sins of those in second marriages and blended families. In Divorce and Remarriage, a Redemptive Theology, author Rubel Shelley puts it this way: divorce is offensive to God, yet pardonable like any other sin. In many cases, divorce is indefensible, bringing serious consequences to adults and children. It should not be taken lightly, yet to deny someone full forgiveness and the right to live life to the fullest in Jesus Christ denies the healing power of the cross. God brings light out of darkness. His redemptive work in the lives of imperfect people restores the hearts of men and women and turns them back toward Him. His grace forgives and transforms. Isn't that wonderful? God's grace forgives and transforms you, just as it does anyone who accepts salvation through Jesus Christ. Through Christ's sacrifice on the cross and our acceptance of that gift, God's grace redeems imperfect people, whether they're widows, pastors, divorced men, counselors, ex-wives, or remarried husbands. So that, as Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11 says, we all have a hope and a future.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.